Hello, everybody. Welcome to iExamB's Legal Bee. This is Amrita, your law faculty at iExamB. I welcome you all to Concepts पढ़ाएंगे सबको सिखाएंगे कैंपेन. आज के इस वीडियो में हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं अबाउट अ वेरी important concept from the intellectual property rights. Intellectual property law is a very fast developing field and it is very dynamic as well. आज के इस वीडियो में हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं अबाउट कॉपीराइट एंड नेबरिंग राइट्स. ये दोनों कंसेप्ट हम लोग डिटेल में समझेंगे विद इन अ वेरी शॉर्ट स्पैन ऑफ टाइम. Welcome to iExamB. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any queries, you can write to us at hello@iexamb.com. You can also call on the number that is visible on the screen over here. If you have any doubts, you can also request any conceptual videos that you want clarity on. या फिर आप इस वेबसाइट को विजिट करके सारे कोर्सेज भी चेकआउट कर सकते हैं. वी हैव ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज अवेलेबल फॉर आवर एग्जाम प्रेपरेशंस फॉर लीगल. Copyrights is a very important concept and it is actually giving protection to a large number of creators of their work. Copyright law is very developed. We have Copyrights Act 1957 which regulates the law relating to copyrights actually. But उससे पहले हमें ये समझना होगा that where from this concept has come. What is a copyright actually? And what is IPR, because both the concepts are very much related with each other. IPR, that is also known as intellectual property right. These are the rights which are incorporeal in nature. ऐसे rights जिन्हें हम छू नहीं सकते, जिन्हें हम टच नहीं कर सकते, जिन्हें हम देख नहीं सकते, but these rights do exist. These are our properties that exist. Incorporeal ownership vest करता है हमारा इन rights में. Copyright, best example of a book. If an author has written a book, he is the author of that book. It is his own creation. It is something which he has created with his own intellect. So that is an intellectual property right. IPR काफ़ी ग्रोइंग फील्ड है, जैसा मैंने आपको कहा है अभी, तो इसके कुछ कंसेप्ट हम लोग ऐसे ही डिस्कस करते रहेंगे. कॉपीराइट से मैंने आज स्टार्ट किया है. आई विल बी इवेंचुअली कमिंग अप विद पेटेंट्स, ट्रेडमार्क्स, very important types of IPRs in the future. So copyright को अगर हम डिटेल में देखें, कॉपीराइट एक्चुअली बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल के तरीके से समझेंगे तो हमें ज़्यादा आसानी होगी समझने में. जैसे एक बुक है, बुक को एक ऑथर ने प्रोड्यूस किया है. It is a literary work which he has produced. So that is protected by Copyright Act 1957. This is actually providing for all the provisions against unlawful use of a book or of any kind of property that is protected by Copyrights Act. इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स काफ़ी वास्ट डोमेन है, उसमें से कॉपीराइट हम लोग इस वीडियो में समझेंगे. नॉट ओनली बुक्स एंड ऑथर्स, बट जैसे ये इमेज में आप देख रहे हैं, और भी काफ़ी सारा वाइड डोमेन इसके अंदर आता है कॉपीराइट्स के अंदर. लाइक सिनेमाटोग्राफिक फिल्म्स बनाने वालों का उस पर कॉपीराइट होता है. आपने फिल्म्स रिलेटेड पायरेसी के काफ़ी सारे केसेस देखे होंगे. सो इसका लीगल एंगल अगर आपको समझना है, देयर इज़ एक्चुअली अ वेरी वास्ट field. You can actually study it in detail. There are various case laws that you can see in this particular field as well. So ये जो वर्क होता है, जो कोई फिल्म बनाने वाला डायरेक्टर अपना एफर्ट लगाता है, एक्टर्स अपना एफर्ट लगाते हैं, या फिर कोई साउंड रिकॉर्डिंग होता है, when the people are recording songs of their own, people who are writing songs, people who are recording songs, all these people, their intellect they are applying and they are creating something new and innovative. So that is protected by the copyright. This kind of property is something which is coming directly from your intellect, and that is what is intellectual property. So you can't actually just use that unlawfully. इसके लिए कॉपीराइट्स ग्रांट किया जाता है थ्रू अ लाइसेंस. एंड अगर लाइसेंस के थ्रू अगर वो ग्रांट होता है तो जो ओरिजिनल ऑथर है उस वर्क का, उसको उससे रिलेटेड उसका amount of money उसका share मिलता है, and later on the person who has taken the copyright, he also earns money out of that. This is very common in movies and sound recordings nowadays. It has become very common scenario. It is what is fair use. But अगर without paying any premium amount, without paying any compensation, if the work is being used by somebody, it amounts to piracy, it amounts to stealing of the work. So that's why IPR is a very important legal field that has developed now. Looking at the definition of copyright, it is actually a legal right that grants an owner of the original work. See, the original owner means the original work, the author of that work. His rights are actually protected by this law. Right to control the use and distribution of his copyrighted work. So he can control that who can actually use or distribute his work. Even legal heirs of an owner are actually covered under this particular right. It is very widely interpreted. It is a right which is given by law to creators of literary, dramatic, इसमें plays वगैरह भी आ जाते हैं, musical, artistic works, paintings are also covered under this, in producers of cinematographic films and sound recordings. ये सारा copyright के domain में आता है. What is the object of copyright law? Copyright law stimulates to do what? To foster creativity in an individual. अगर हमारे work के लिए हमें कुछ फेयर यूज़ देने पर कुछ कंपनसेशन मिलता है, कुछ रिकग्निशन मिलता है, फेम एंड नेम मिलता है, देन व्हाई नॉट समबडी विल बी मोटिवेटेड टू वर्क लाइक दैट. सो दिस इज हाउ इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट ब्रिंग्स आउट क्रिएटिविटी इन द पीपल एंड मेक्स इट अवेलेबल फॉर यूज in the public domain. It also lets the creativity come out from an individual's mind to the public at large. People can use it at large. So that's why IPR is a very important field. Copyright law is very, very important, and it provides protection to unlawful use of work. Actually, protection against means unlawful use of work का problem बहुत big है. ये सब इसका best example movie related जो piracy है उसमें आप लोगों ने देखा होगा. Pirated copies are actually very common in the market. So this piracy is a very big problem. So that's why copyright law is very helpful in protecting against it. There is one more concept known as neighboring rights. So what are these neighboring rights? Copyright तो हम लोगों ने समझ लिया. Neighboring rights are actually rights that are neighboring to copyright. इन्हें ऐसा भी interpret किया जाता है that they are aligned along with copyrights and also known as related rights. But actually rights हैं क्या? ये rights actually क्यों create की गई हैं? पहले हम ये समझते हैं. These are created for 3 categories of people who are not technically coming under the definition of authors. Now आप लोगों ने देखा है कि copyright protection देता है authors को. Authors में generally हम लोग क्या सोचते हैं, जो literary works बनाते हैं, the people who are writing books for example, but the people who are carrying out any performances, who are producing any phonograms, who are involved in radio and television broadcasting, what about their rights? So their rights are not technically covered under authorship rights of copyright. So that is a technical problem that arises. That's why there is a concept of neighboring rights, which are actually like copyright only. Actually, it is a form of copyright only, and these are interpreted as related rights. So for these fields, actually we have neighboring rights. So neighboring rights are actually widening the scope of copyright. Performers' rights, recording rights and broadcasting rights. These are the 3 categories that have been added into the category of neighboring rights. Broadly there are 3 categories. So आपको ये समझ में आ गया है कि ये इंट्रोड्यूस क्यों हुए हैं, क्योंकि कॉपीराइट्स के अंदर सब कुछ टेक्निकली कवर नहीं हो पाता है. लिटरेरी वर्क्स में, आर्टिस्टिक वर्क्स में, अब जैसे अगर कोई परफॉर्मर है, he has performed that particular act. He has actually not written it, but he has performed it. So his rights will be covered under copyright by being interpreted under the heading of neighboring rights. Recording से related, sound recording से related rights हो सकते हैं. Broadcasting, जो रेडियो और टेलीविज़न पर जो सीरियल्स कास्ट किए जाते हैं, जो मूवीज़ कास्ट किए जाते हैं, जो वेब सीरीज़ जो आजकल काफ़ी कॉमन टर्म है, जो कास्ट किए जाते हैं, उनका एक्चुअली जो इम्पॉर्टेंट वर्क होता है ब्रॉडकास्टिंग का, उससे रिलेटेड जो राइट्स हैं, दे हैव ऑल्सो बीन इंटरप्रेटेड एज बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ नेबरिंग राइट्स. So you can see the garb of copyright has actually increased a lot now. So that's why it is very important to understand what are these copyrights and under which legislation they are enacted. Also, what is the concept of neighboring rights. ऐसे ही concepts के लिए don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and prepare 50% faster with iExamB for any of your exam preparation. Stay tuned. All the best. Thank you.